because this is like your regional sound.
Right.
But this is more your strength right here. And you rap his ass off of that.
Yeah, this is on Jay.
Yeah.
Well, Bun is not on my. It was tough because this impacted me in 2005 too, yo.
Yeah.
And I salute you for throwing them in your categories. I had a car accident in 2005. Car got totaled, and some dude just hit my car, and my car ended up running into a church. I hit a pole and then a church, and the dude was just like drugged out or something, whatever. But I had Trill in the freaking CD deck. I never forget. I had Bun B Trill. I had it for like the first week. So it was a fresh CD. And I just remember like, damn, where my CD at? Like after I got out the car, like, oh man, you got hit. I was like, oh man, where's my CD?
I know that, but the CD.
like I just say it's total though, but yeah.
Insurance ain't gonna cop me for that CD.
Nationwide don't care about that.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
Fuck Geico. I'll go, man. My number 5 is man. I'm about to go real left field, man. My man Kev Brown from Maryland. Kev Brown, he came out with an album called "I Do What I Do," and it basically was like, I don't know. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you don't know it at all.
I mean, it's touch
was
jazz.
that the light skinned dude with the afro?
Not at all.
He was
Okay.
Dark skinned dude with no hair.
Okay, all right. Okay.
He was like the poor man's
Pete Rock. Yo,
Wow.
Yo, I'm sorry, man.
Pete Pebble?
Pete Pebble.
I mean, yeah, he's Pete Pebble. I can't even think of a better name.
Pete Pebble. I couldn't put this album. So this is where I got to differentiate to my favorites to like what's the best stuff out in that year. This is one of my favorite albums of this year. But I'm not going to put it like all time for this year. But I just love that lazy kind of like drum and kick sound. You know what I mean? He's like a younger Pete Rock.
Yeah, it's not about the song structure as it is about, how if it's off by quarter note, whatever, who cares?
Right, exactly. It's off. His whole sound is off. It's the point. It's like it's not standard.
Which gives it more of a human feel.
Right. And he's not the best rhymer, but he's honest with his approach. Jazzy Jeff kind of was like, under the wing of this album, touch of jazz, sprinkled all throughout the joint. He's got other artists are on here, Grap Lover. So I think Substantial might be on this album. There's a lot of people on this joint. And Kev Brown went on to do just like good production for everybody else. But this album is dope, man. I think all of y'all would enjoy it, appreciate it. It fits for a certain groove. And Kev Brown was making his rounds in 2005, so I'll give him 5 on my artist list.
Yeah, I don't know. At 5, I had Damian Marley and Stephen Marley for Jamrock. But as far as, it pretty much reinvigorated the whole reggae sound and just it being an art form.
Jamrock. That was my album. I didn't realize. I thought it came out later, but
I had the great track with Black Thought, Pimp's Paradise, which was a more very fucking sad song. Then you got the track with Nas,
with Zion, right? Was that?
Yeah, wrote a Zion, which was amazing. But no, just for him and Damon Marley, just the Marley legacy, it pretty much brought them back into the cultural, music sphere. So for me, number 5,
good pick, dog. Good pick.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite albums, period.
Yeah, it's such a big, for reggae music and rap music combined as a mainstream release.
Yeah, as you mentioned too, because like nobody really think about the Marleys that much anymore.
Yeah, they really kind of fell out.
Early 90s, but it kind of fizzled. Compared, this is the second album. His first album didn't really do anything.
Didn't do anything.
But this second album,
and even Stephen Marley's second and third album really didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of like
a major thing. But
like this album, I remember when Welcome Jamrock came out, I'm like, yo.
They still play like Welcome Jamrock. Any show you're at.
Oh, that's a banger. Yeah.
He had Bobby Brown on his joint. You know what I mean? Yeah, he on the hook. I forget which song, but yeah, Bobby Brown on his joint too. But it worked though.
Bobby Brown. Rock? Where's Rock? Rock?
Who said rock?
He heard the word rock. I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, and then this led to 2 years later. Nas doing an album.
And I'm so mad I missed their shit because they were in the Electric Factory too. But I had to go to Maryland like the very next morning.
Yo, I'm listening to this tomorrow.
Yo,
every time we do this podcast, it's like a reminder of what you got to listen to.
Yeah, no, this fills in a lot of gaps.
I'm banging this tomorrow.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
I'll throw out my number 5 real quick. I had Game at number 5, and it was just simply because he was the first successful West Coast artist. Probably before him was maybe like Snoop, I think. So I was
a
just
big gap in the West Coast.
Yeah, like the West. It's funny, they go very long gaps when producing acts, but when they do get one,
they got one.
And a solo artist.
Yeah, he like dominates. I mean, I don't remember him being like real feature crazy that year. I'm just saying, like when I think of 05, like he exploded that year, and that was also a good look for the West Coast for Shady. I know that also kept the talks of Detox going more because they were having their run.
Detox is 2005.
Yeah, I know. Dude, Detox should have came out during those years, but all those records went to artists.
Yeah, I get it about the rhymes.
Yeah, so, but yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't want to talk about the drug life.
That was my number 5. So
I remember Rocky like, yeah, you want me to talk about killing? Like, I don't do that.
Oh man.
Y'all want to go to number 4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
5's all right. All right, so my number 4 is interesting here. So I didn't get a chance to show P Love, Sean Price with Monkey Bars, or like Smith and Wesson for Reloaded, or Buckshot and Ninth Wonder for Chemistry. I thought those are all good albums. So what I did is my number 4 is the Boot Camp Clique as a crew, because 60% of them had albums out this year.
And they were known and checked for it too. Yeah, they were on the radar. Absolutely. They were absolutely on the radar.
Absolutely. So I have Buckshot, I have Smith and Wesson, I have Sean Price as the Boot Camp Clique representatives for my number 4 artists of 2005. They kept it very solid. Sean Price emerging as kind of like the new face of the
flagship, like you said, the flagship artist.
Yeah. With Buckshot kind of passing the torch in a sense. But all 3 of those guys ripped hard. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Sean Price, but like all 3 of them had very solid albums that year that I enjoyed. You know what I mean? So I got Boot Camp as my number 4.
My number 4 was Sean Price, but as far as you're talking about expanding it, I mean, I smoked blunts with all these people, and I gotta say, fucking Ninth Wonder. I mean, it should almost be like a tie between Sean Price and Ninth Wonder. But as far as MCs, like I said earlier, like Ninth Wonder helped Sean Price as much as he helped Buckshot. They didn't even do the same album. Like they just all got all their best people to work on a couple albums, and for that time period, it was the best collaboration of independent artists at the time. I mean, you're talking about Justice League and Ninth Wonder. And if you don't know who else is in Justice League, you're talking about, there's just tons of people. There's Legacy, you got Scott Zoo, you got
Crisis,
Sean Don, you got Sean Boog.
Crisis doesn't get enough credit.
Crisis played heavy hand with Sean.
Crisis did a lot of beats that he thought Ninth did.
Smith and Wesson. As far as this song goes, you got Ty Webb and Smith and Wesson on the same track. Like, that would have never happened.
Never.
Like, never, ever. Unless it was because of that North Carolina connection. So, yeah, Sean Price, Ninth Wonder, I guess, your time.
I'll piggyback off. I didn't have that collection, but I had Sean Price as my number 4. Like, for this to run this side with. To me, he bought, ducked down back into relevant, being relevant. And everything, like I said, it was just fresh, it was different, and it made me okay. I need now go back to the Buckshot's album. I need now check into cause I wasn't really checking Boot Camp at that point. I'm like, that was the 90s, whatever, they're done. And here,
hey, they're never done, bro. Don't say that.
No, yeah, but at the time, Sean Price hadn't had a soul, hadn't had a soul.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's his first solo album.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So to come out the way he came out, because even then, I was more of a rock fan then. It was just Price, but then I hear, I'm like, damn. And it was, and then no disrespect, he could always spit. But Rock's flow back in the 90s was crazy.
His voice was camp.
You know, Rock was almost an afterthought at that point. Then you listen now, it's like, oh shoot, well, Rock might be is that dude.
He was more dominant on the track at that point.
Yeah. You know, so for me, it made me want to go back into.
So we got 3 Sean Prices at number 4.
I got Boot Camp,
but
you can say
that. None. I mean, I don't have Sean Price in my 5. Honestly, when it came to Sean Price, I didn't even check for his solos so much later. Right. So that's why I wouldn't. I mean, but those are all good reasons because even I know back then I was aware that the stuff was coming out. You know, but my number 4 was the album I can't even convince myself to get listened to, but but it was not the album, but the Young Jeezy, and I only say that because that was his biggest year, I think. Yeah,
that's it.
He broke through that year again. I mean, I've skimmed the album or whatever. I just can't. I need to just press play and shut the hell up, but he was. I remember I was in college and it was summertime. And I remember, I mean, this stuff was all over the radio, or people's cars, CD players, not even just the radio. To me, he came out of nowhere. I wasn't following a mixtape thing.
I kind of feel the same way about him in the game. Like, obviously, completely different. But for me, it was like, okay, like, I don't listen to them, but when I heard them on the radio, turn it up. I'll turn it up, like, you know what I'm saying?
That Soul Survivor with Akon, because Akon was also at the height of his, like, you know.
It wasn't moving over there, So Akon, that whole scene.
I'll leave up. Jeezy's my number 3.
Okay.
And, I mean, I put Jeezy in my album, which was huge, because I had to bump out, like, Beanie. I had to bump out, you know, whomever.
Cassidy came out that year too. I forgot about that. I know how much. You know.
Sorry, Cassidy.
Philly. There you go.
Yeah. Cassidy struggled with making albums, but dope ass lyricist, but struggled making albums. But yeah, man, like if Jeezy, the credit he gets now is because of what he did.
Yeah, but if he ever released that album like 2002, like 2003, I don't know, like it was a little bit beyond what the sound was at the time. Like
beyond the sound?
Yeah, like
behind.
It was late. Yeah, it was behind. Like if he come out a year or 2 earlier, I don't know. It's kind of like the end of an era, right?
Yeah, he capitalized he pinpointed exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You know, but nah, I mean, yeah, Jeezy, his effect on this year was crazy. He was like how Game had the West Coast.
He was
Atlanta.
He was like, yeah.
No, boom. He was a new guy. He's a new guy in town. And you had to, like you said, Fish. It wasn't really. If it wasn't your lane, cool. But you noticed him. Yeah. You're gonna notice me.
He was one of the big successful acts on the Jay's early run as president at Def Jam.
So. Oh yes.
You said that he was your number 3. Okay. Number 3.
My number 3.
Actually, he was.
Yeah, I'll go. It had to go to Danger Mouse. I mean, it was with Doom, but not only that,
Danger Doom.
This was pretty much the biggest year for Danger Doom and got him a lot of albums to come. Like, as a producer, he did a lot of remixes tracks. Like, I mean, I don't know. At that time, I was a DJ and like working and.
Once a DJ, always a DJ, bro.
if you had a Danger Mouse remix.
Yeah,
that shit was hot.
Gold.
Like,
gold.
Yeah, it was gold. Like, I don't care who it was. But yeah, but then when he released that album with MF Doom, it kind of pretty much changed. It was a collaboration because it was with Adult Swim. It was with comic books. You're talking about comic books and NCs and Underground. And at the time, it was a perfect combination. So Danger Mouse, he's huge now. He's people want to work with him. But at the time, in 2005, Danger Mouse, the first album he had that would give him clout was this, the Behind the Mask. I don't know. Like, what is it, The Mask and the
Mask.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, as we continue to go on, I feel like it's getting stronger for me. Danger Doom, this is a fucking great album.
It's a great album, yeah. It's got Talib on it.
It was released too.
Yeah, and it was different. And
you say it's weak. You say 2005 is weak.
Compared to, well, it's not Doom's best album, certainly, but for Danger Doom as producer, it set him off, man. He was a fucking legend now. Like, Danger Mouse.
But look up, that's how rich that year is.
This year's rich.
No, that's not one of the best years. 2000.
Oh man! All right, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. No, my number 3 was Common.